Hey guys, welcome to a trying new makeup video. I have lots of stuff here that I've recently hauled that I just got in. So let me just give you a quick rundown of the things that we're going to be playing with. So some things that I hauled recently that I think you guys were really interested in seeing in action were these Nabla products. So I have a couple of their like skin glazing blushes, one of their new bronzers, a couple of their new lip glosses. We'll have to see which ones we want to play with. And I also got some new lip liners in from M Cosmetics that I thought we could pair with maybe one of these lip glosses. And I have a lot of eye products. I have a lot of eyeshadows. So we'll have to kind of figure out what we want to use. So I have two of the new Tom Ford emotion proof eye color quads, they're calling these. One is in Meteoric and one is in Visionaire. And then I have two of the new Petit Pro palettes from Viseart. So this one is Petit Pro Solstice and this one is Petit Pro Midsummer. So we have those for eyes, and then some other lip products, all of the Ilia Balmy Gloss Tinted Lip Oil. And I have been wearing these. These are just absolutely glorious on the lips. So they initially sent me 3 colors and then they sent me all of them. So the 3 that they previously sent me, I'm gonna go ahead and put in my future giveaway. That's definitely coming up soon. So anyway, we have those to play with as well. And then I also have one of the newer shades from the Viseart Lip Shines. This is in Scala, which looks like it has a warm kind of orangey tint to it. So these are all very pink. This one is orange. We can figure out what we want to go with. But at the moment, I've put on like a light layer of the Chantecaille primer. And then on top, I went ahead and used the Kevyn Aucoin skin tint. So I'm at the point where I wanted to put on some concealer. And I'm going to go ahead and use a product that I just used in my Charlotte Tilbury video. This is not a new product, but it is new to me. And it is one of my favorite new concealers, but this is the Magic Vanish in shade number 1 Fair. Keep showing you the compact. Let me show you the actual product. It's this right here. So it's this cream product in a pan, and I just wasn't sure if it was going to work as a concealer because it is actually a color corrector. You can actually probably see how peachy it is. But I used it in that video for the first time, and I fell in love with it immediately, and it wore beautifully all day. And I've used it maybe a couple times since that video. But anyway, I wanted to use it again for you guys because I'm just personally amazed at how much I love this. So I just dip my finger right into the pan, and then I just pat a little bit right underneath. And I mean, so many things amaze me about this product, but one, the formula. It's so emollient and it blends in so easily. Usually concealer type products in pans are very thick, very cakey. I find I need to like use very, very light layers. Like I have to be careful with how much I use. I have to like really take my time to like blend it in. But this is so creamy and it blends like so easily and like a dream. And the other thing I was surprised at was because it looks so peach in the pan, I thought, it is a color corrector, so I'm probably gonna have to put a little bit of concealer on top, but it works great all by itself. Like it really brightens up my under eye, even though I think it looks fairly like warm. Do you see how warm it looks in the pan? But it actually works like great underneath my eyes. So very pleasantly surprised by this product. I just absolutely love it. And I'm gonna put some on my lids. Oh, I should also mention, you know, now that I'm putting it on my lid, I'm reminded that even though it has this great emollients and it blends in really quickly, it does kind of have like a set down factor. So it doesn't stay too emollient. Like right now, I can barely feel it on my under eyes. And it's so interesting because it's not like it feels powdery or velvety. It literally just feels like it kind of just like dissipates. It's such a fantastic product. So anyway, putting it on my lids, I was a little bit worried if it was going to be too emollient, if I was not going to be able to apply eyeshadow on top of it, you know, if it was going to disrupt that. It really doesn't. It actually makes for a nice kind of eyeshadow base. I don't think it prolongs your eyeshadow wear, but it really makes for like kind of a nice smooth canvas. And now I'm just going to quickly powder so we can move on to the bronzer, but I'm going to go ahead and use my By Terry pressed powder. I've been really enjoying this. I just run my finger over the top of the pan and I just press it on top of my concealer. I don't think this concealer necessarily needs to be set down with powder, but I do think if you're going to be using, you know, mascara and eyeliner and things like that. It really does help prevent any kind of smudging. That is one reason I really like to set my under eyes. Oh, and sorry, if you're curious about this flower arrangement behind me, it is courtesy of my husband. Today is our wedding anniversary. Well, today is. You'll see this probably tomorrow. So yesterday was my wedding anniversary. It is our 13th wedding anniversary. We've been together for 24 years, but this is our 13th wedding anniversary. So those are courtesy of my husband. Aren't they pretty? I love white roses. And now I'm just gonna set my face with my Dior pressed powder. I mentioned these two powders in my favorites, so I'm not gonna kind of go on and on about them, but yeah, I've been using them a lot lately. All right, and now on to some new stuff. So we've got the Nabla Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect Bronzing Powder in Ambra. So that's the shade that we'll be using. I think this is the lightest shade. I wasn't exactly sure what to order when I ordered these off of Ulta, and I think this will work fine. So let's do a swatch here, just so you guys can see the shade here. And there it is swatched. So it looks like it's gonna work for my skin tone. So I'm gonna go in with my Sonia G Sculpt 1 brush and just place it underneath my cheekbone here. I pretty much have 0 self-tanner left, so this is a really good test to see if this works for my actual skin tone. And I think it does. Yeah, it definitely has like a warmth there. Do you see like the warm undertone there? It's pretty. And this is a baked product, so I definitely recommend using like a denser brush, a natural haired brush if you have one, but they layer so beautifully on the skin. They always kind of create this like veil over the skin, and I love it. I just love these baked products. So there's the bronzer, and there's without, just to compare. Yeah, this shade I think is a good one for my skin tone. It's nice. I think that works really, really well. Oh, I'm so happy with it. I really wasn't sure about the tone, but I think that works. All right, let's move on to these blushes. So I have Independence, and then this one is Lola. Independence is a little bit deeper, but it's just not as bright, and then Lola is a lot brighter. So I think I want to use Lola, but let me give you swatches of both. So here is Lola, and then here is Independence. They both have a really beautiful like sheen to them. I think these are considered, yeah, Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder. So they're kind of like highlighters, but obviously with my skin tone, these are definitely more like blushes, but they definitely have like a lit quality to them. Oof, yes. All right, let's go ahead and try Lola. This is a little bit more of like a watermelon shade. And I'm gonna use my Refer 24 brush. And, ooh, wow, I really don't need a lot of this. It is very bright. Oh, look how pretty that is. I think I need a little bit more on this side just to even things out. And can you see that sheen right there? Sorry, I'm trying to angle my head, but then I can't see in the viewfinder if you can see it, but there's like this beautiful metallic sheen. Ooh. And it's really, it's kind of subtle. I mean, in terms of like a highlight, it's really subtle, but it makes for a very glowy blush. And since I don't have a new highlighter, I thought I would just go ahead and stick with the Nabla product for my cheeks. This is the Skin Glazing Glass Skin Powder in Amnesia. That's what that looks like. Let me do a swatch of this. This is such a gorgeous highlight. There's Amnesia. It's this product that motivated me to buy all of these because I love this so much. So let's go ahead and apply that to the cheeks. I've got my Refer 19 brush. It's gonna pick up a bit and just drag it over my cheekbone there. Oof, God, do you see that? I mean, so bright, so lit. I'm just taking my blush brush without any additional product and just kind of buffing that in, just so I don't have this like streak of highlight. Just buffing it in with the blush. Yes, very bright. All right, so those are all the Nabla products on my cheeks. I don't have any new eyebrow products, so I'm just gonna go in with my Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel. Nothing new here. All right, eyeshadow. So I wish I could get your like opinion right now. what you would like me to use, since I have 4 options. So I have these 2 Tom Ford quads, and I have these 2 Petit Pros from Viseart. I think I need to answer first. Am I feeling more pinky or more peachy? So I think I'm going to use the Tom Ford Visionaire quad. This is the one that's appealing to me right now. So that is this one right here. And this shade surprised me. I thought it was going to be a little bit warmer, like a little bit more coppery, because when I looked at it, I thought this is like a total dupe for Golden Mink, and it is very, very close. So I'm going to hold up the 2 next to one another. So here's Visionaire, the new one, and here is Golden Mink, which I don't know if it's been discontinued or not. So I'd say there's 2 shades in these quads that are very similar. We've got the gold one here, similar in both, and then we have this dark brown satin shade that's very, very similar in both. So let me know down below in the comment section if you want like a more detailed review of these 2 Tom Ford quads, you know, do some comparisons with existing Tom Ford quads or whatever. Just let me know. And then also let me know if you would like dedicated videos to these 2 Viseart Petit Pro palettes, because these are really pretty. I mean, like all Viseart palettes, they're very, very beautiful. So I'm going in with my Chikuhodo brush. I can't remember the name. It's a Z brush. All the brushes will be listed down below in my description box, but it's the Chikuhodo eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to go into this kind of pinky peachy shade, and I'm going to dust it all over my lid. It has a beautiful satin finish, and I have to say I'm very like happily surprised that it's not that warm. That's more of like a neutral kind of like peachy pink color. I'm just grabbing my BK Beauty 202 brush. It's a fluffy blender brush. And I'm going to go into this shade and just work that into my outer corner, just to add that little bit of dimension there. I always love the way Tom Ford shadows always work like so well together. Like the blending between these 2 shades is so beautiful. Do you see? It's like it's so soft right here. Oh, I love that. All right, and now I'm going to go into this topper shade here, which is always kind of best with fingers. So I'm just going to pick some up with my forefinger. Wow, that is really bright. Just tap it right onto the center of my lid. Yeah, this topper shade, it's behaving like all the other Tom Ford topper shades I've experienced, either in the quads or in those eye duos. They're very pretty. They're meant to be fairly sheer, so the color underneath can kind of shine through. So you just get this really kind of like light layer of glitter. All right, next I'm going to take this BK Beauty 204 brush. It's like a little smudger brush. I'm going to go into the deepest shade here, and I'm just going to kind of work this into my lash line. All right, wow. I really, really love this color. And if it weren't for this color, this, you know, this quad would be very, very basic. Like I keep saying, I just love that it's not warm, that it doesn't have like a copper kind of undertone, which is what I was expecting. All right, and as for mascara, I'm actually testing out a new mascara, so I can't divulge what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply it, and you'll let me know if you like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. Where is my eyelash curler? Here it is. I cannot wait to be able to tell you what mascara this is, because it is definitely one of the better mascaras in terms of holding my curl. Doesn't that look good for my really puny lashes? Yeah, I'm kind of loving it. Okay. So I've got these lip liners from M Cosmetics, and then I've got all of these lip products. So I think because, and we can save these for another video, because all of the Nabla and the Viseart Lip Shines are of the warmer variety, and I feel like this eye look is a little bit more neutral, even kind of pink leaning, I'm gonna try and use one of the Ilias. So let me swatch all of the Ilia Lip Oils for you so you can get a whole sense of like all 6 shades. All right, here are all 6 of the Ilia Balmy Gloss Tinted Lip Oil. So over here we have Only You, Petals, Tahiti, Linger, Maybe Violet, and Saint. So Linger is the most like mauve toned. This one obviously has a little bit of violet purple in there. Saint is the warmest. It's almost just like a full-on orange. Here it is in the tube. And then the first 3 are just kind of like varying depths of pink. Very, very beautiful. I think I want to use this Maybe Violet. it's just such a pretty purple. It's just a little bit different from the rest of these. So anyway, I think I'm gonna try this one. So in terms of these M Cosmetics lip liners, I've been holding up 4. There's actually 5. And this one is the pinkiest one, which I may end up using, but let's go ahead and swatch these too. So here is Bunny. That's the one that looked the pinkiest. Here is Kitten. Here is Mink. Here is Teddy. And here is Fawn. I think I want to use this second shade, which was Kitten. I think this will just make for like kind of a nice contour, and then the Maybe Violet will just kind of layer over it nicely. We'll give it a shot. And I have not used these lip liners yet, but they're the ones that roll up and down, and then there's a sharpener at the end. Ooh, they're really soft. They glide on really nicely. All right, so there is Kitten. That is a really nice, just kind of like neutral contour color for me. And it went on so softly, like there was no tugging at all. Nice. All right, I'm gonna go in with this Ilia Maybe Violet shade. So there is the Maybe Violet on top. I don't know if that's the perfect pairing. I feel like once I put this on, the Kitten lip liner started to look a little bit warm, you know, kind of in contrast. But I think it's okay. I don't think it looks awful. I just don't know that that would be my first pick lip liner for this lip oil. These lip oils are so comfortable on the lips. They are thicker than like just a straight up lip oil. It really is like this wonderful hybrid between like a balm, like a liquefied balm, and a lip oil. And I love that they're not like super, super high shine. They just make your lips look very, very hydrated. I am really, really loving these. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so, so much for tuning in. And please let me know down below in the comment section if you want to see more of these Viseart Petit Pro palettes, if you want to see more of these Tom Ford quads. Just let me know. I'd be happy to do like a more kind of dedicated, detailed video on those products. But other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video.